Hello, I'm Dolly. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Tea Time with Dolly. I have my cup of tea today. I have mint tea that I actually grow it in my garden. I'll give you a minute for you to go get your favorite beverage and join me, and we'll have a little visit. Nice and hot on a cold winter day. Okay, are you ready? Okay, the last two videos that I made, I talked about decluttering. Today, I want to talk about organizing, as they both go hand in hand. Wouldn't it be nice if you didn't have to hunt and hunt for things day after day, if you knew right where they were or could at least easily find them? And that's how organizing really helps us. I'm still working on this myself, so this video is for me as well as you. For years I've worked on it and I've gotten better, but I still have to keep at it. I just wasn't a born person that automatically decluttered and automatically organized. You know, I've just keep working at it. Okay, and that's something you can do in small bits of time. If you think, oh, this house is a mess, I want to get the whole thing decluttered and organized, and it just seems overwhelming. You know, it's really not. It's kind of like if you had a really large pizza. Would you eat the whole thing at once? Probably not. You'd probably cut it in pieces. Well, it's the same way with your home. You know, just cut those jobs down in small pieces. Like, just take 15 minutes at a time and work on something. Pull out a drawer and organize it. Pull out a closet and organize it. Well, don't pull it all out. Start... actually, we talked about that in decluttering, just going through, you know, take one thing out at a time and look at it and put it back, or else, you know, decide it's going to go. But it's the same way with organizing. You can take that closet, if you've already decluttered it, and maybe put all the pants together. If you got skirts and dresses, put them together, or maybe you want to color coordinate it, or however you like it. So after you've got it decluttered, you can do that. If you haven't decluttered yet, you can do it together at the same time. But you can just use, let's say, 15 minutes at a time. That's only what, an hour and 15 minutes a week, which is quite a bit of time when you really think about it. But as you organize things, do the same thing as when you decluttered. Have a bag for put away, a bag for trash, and a bag for giveaway, or a box, bag, box, it doesn't matter. And then if you recycle, have one for that. Because even if you've decluttered a lot of things, you still will probably find a few more things as you go to organize. Especially if it's things that you store, like they're seasonal, or just things you've stored in your garage or your attic or something. As you go through those, there's probably going to be some things in there that you've forgotten all about, you don't need anymore, or you don't even want. So if you've got those bags or boxes to put the things in, that's good. One of the things I want to talk about to start out with organizing is a planner. I've got my new planner. This is Pioneer Woman planner, which I think is very pretty. I really like, except what I don't like about it is a lot of the little tabs, they're harder to read because they're in white for some reason instead of a darker color. And the same way with I'll show you here, the days where you can write down each day of the week things that you want to do, or your appointments and things. They've got those letters on the yellow in white lettering, and it's harder for me to see. I wish it had been a darker lettering, but it was in the package and I didn't know until after I got it home. However, I do still like it. I think it's very pretty. I like the flowers. And there's stickers that came with them. I've already peeled off a lot of them and put in the book. Very pretty little stickers. So, but anyway, in a book to organize your planner, you need, you know, a calendar. And then I like to have a day of the week, the days of the week, where you can write each day things you really need to do, or the appointments you need to go to. And this one has a place in the back for addresses and email addresses. And it also has a lot of just extra pages, very pretty ones with flowers. And I like the spiral things on the edge. It's because you can, you know, lay it down flat. So I really like it, except for the fact that the numbers and the letters are hard to see for me. But I can write over them. It's okay. But however, you do not have to have that kind of planner, but you do need one with a monthly calendar and one with where you can write things down each day. If you want to, you can even make your own. You can just take a regular tablet. However, I do suggest that you make the outside look different than just a regular tablet. Put some contact paper over it of a pretty, you know, design, or maybe just put some stickers on it, and just do something to make it stand out, and use a marker that it is your daily, weekly, or whatever planner right on there. Planner or calendar planner, however you want to write it. But make sure it looks different than the rest of your tablets. Because if not, you know what's going to happen. It's going to be stuck with your other tablets, or your child will come along, or your husband or somebody in the family think, oh, a tablet, and they want to write something down. You need your planner to look different than the rest. And it may take a little time to create your own, but actually it can be fun. You can decorate it the way you want it. You know, it can be pretty nice. And you can put birthdays in there, anniversaries, and so forth. That's what I'm really bad about, is forgetting birthdays, forgetting anniversaries, to send out cards. And I love to get cards. And so I think other people do too. Or at least to get a message on you know, social media, happy birthday or something. But there's nothing like a card in the mail. I think that's really nice. But however you do it, if you don't send cards and you want to just send something on Facebook to your friend or your family, however you want to do it, but you just need it in your calendar so you'll know what day that is. And that is one of my big hang-ups. I know if some of you are watching my video and you don't always get birthday cards from me or anniversary cards, maybe one year you do and the next year you don't. It's because that's one of my downfalls on organizing. But I'm working on it. I'm trying to get better. And if possible, I want to say to put things together when you're organizing that go together. Put your pans that you cook with near your stove. You know, your baking things maybe together in the same area in your cabinet. Office supplies near your desk, or at least maybe near where you pay your bills, or where you write letters, or whatever it is that you would be using them with. And toilet paper in a bathroom. Put it near your toilet. Don't put it in the other room when you run out and and you don't know what to do. Also, well, like for me, I don't have good storage area in my home. I live in an older home, and it's over 100 years old. And back then, I guess people didn't have as much stuff because they didn't build very many closets and cabinets and things in those old homes. However, it was remodeled a little bit, and a couple of closets were built in, but we don't have a lot of storage space for extra stuff. But there is a loft in the house. The people that had it before us took out part of the attic and made a loft. So we can store things up there. The only thing is, my husband and I are not young. And getting things up and down that ladder to the loft can be challenging. So a few years ago, I went to a thrift store and I bought a whole bunch of bags. I bought an older cloth suitcase and a bunch of bags that'd be like a carry-on bag or something like that to put our Christmas things in, because I had them in big tubs. That was nice because they were nice big tubs with lids on them, except when you go to put them up and take them down, it was very awkward and almost dangerous for my husband and I, because they were big and they were heavy, and to try to get them up and down the ladder was hard. So I just bought a bunch of the bags, and there's more bags than there would have been tubs, but it's okay because they're easier for us to handle. So then I label each one Christmas, and then I put, like, for instance, 7 bags. So I know how many bags to look for when I'm getting the Christmas things down. I did go up in the loft this year and organize things, so I've got them together. And I can, know if I bring down 3 bags, that's not all of them. So it really does help to label them. Definitely have label, use a marker, maybe a piece of plain white paper that shows up well, and that good heavy clear tape to tape it on so you know right what's in there and how many more bags of the Christmas things you have. Or it could be the same way with, say, camping things or whatever. And of course you don't need bags if you've got good shelving and you can handle the tubs on shelves. But for us, it was hard getting up and down the ladder with a great big tub. Would slide it part way down and the other one try to catch it, and it was really heavy and it was inconvenient. So do what works for you. If I had nice big shelves in a good area, I would probably use the tubs. But whatever you use, label them so you know what's in it. And like with Christmas things or even some other things, if you've got more than one tub with the same type of things in there, write on your label how many, so you know how many to look for when you're going to need it for seasonal things. Or even if you're storing maybe some baby things because you're planning to have a baby later, mark on there two boxes or 2 tubs or whatever. Also, I might want to mention, be sure that your tubs or your boxes or bags are mouse proofed. I like to have the kind that close tight, that zips or snaps or something. And if they don't close tight, get some duct tape and tape along the edges after they're storage boxes. They're not something you're setting out for all your company to see. They're storage boxes. So if you need to put some tape on there, put some good strong tape on there and label it. I don't really recommend cardboard boxes. In some cases, depends where you're storing it, cardboard boxes with lids might work for you. But just do what works for you. And if you like this, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because it really doesn't cost you anything. You won't be out anything except that it does help me. The more subscribers I get, eventually I might earn just a little bit of money. But I've got a long, long ways to go. But it does help. Each one helps. And so that's all I've got today on organizing. But I thought I'll continue next week with some more organizing tips. And I hope you'll come back and join me again next week. May God bless you this week. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining me.